What's up, YouTube? All right, Nightforce NX8 1:8. What I want to talk about today is kind of what it is and what it isn't. I've seen some mixed reviews on this thing, and honestly, I think it's because of mismanaged expectations. So, before we get started, do all the stuff that helps the gun channels. So we tell YouTube we like the videos, thumbs up, subscribe, positive comments, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so what it is, what it isn't. What this scope is not, let's be clear, this is not a designated long distance shooting scope. This I see as a dual role, a dual purpose scope, where you want to have close to medium magnification and CQB like functionality in one package. Now, depending on which you want to use more, this scope might not be suited for you. In my opinion, if you spend most of your time at the bench, you should probably get something else. But if you want to run and gun and do more fast shooting, quick target transitions, and use this more like a red dot, but you also want to have the ability to shoot 8x, then I think this is for you. Right? I think you got to kind of decide what your purpose for this optic is, because 30 millimeter tube. I mean, we have a relatively limited field of view, and the dot in the middle, the center of the reticle, is a big round dot, and it covers a lot of your target once we get out farther. But it works really well for fast shooting, and it's got a super bright illumination setting. This is brighter than my Aimpoint T2, as bright or brighter than my Aimpoint, my Alcan Spectre. So it works phenomenally as a red dot. This is one of the few scopes that I've looked through that feels very, very much like a 1X. It is so close to actual 1X. There's no like distortion or slight magnification. It feels really close. So, and that's kind of what I was hoping for in this small package. Light, functions like a red dot, but also gives you the ability to magnify and target identify out farther, and if you need to, just see farther to shoot long shots. Yeah, that was what I was hoping for, and that's exactly what it is. So my expectations are met. I think, like I said, if you get into this thinking it's going to be a dedicated long distance scope, I think you might be missing what the intended purpose is. You might be let down. I don't know. The glass is good, great, but let's see. The field of view. It feels like there's a little bit of distortion around the edges of the scope. Like you've got a smaller eye box. If you're moving your head side to side inside of it, like, it feels like a small eye box on max magnification, but again, managed expectations. You've got a super light, small 8x scope, 30 millimeter tube. It is what it is. I mean, technology is what it is right now. So I've got a loophole Mark 8, and the eye box on that is much more forgiving. When you move your head side to side behind it, there's a lot less distortion around the edges. It's just a clearer. It's better for shooting. If you spend most of your time at a bench, it's way better looking for that. But I don't, and that's not the purpose I wanted for this. So again, meets my expectations, because I wanted something light, small, a really bright dot, no magnification, so I can shoot it like a red dot, but the ability to turn up to 8x if I want to. So, and I think that's what they were going for here. And in my opinion, they got it. They did it. It's a small light package. I mean, there's nothing in its class that goes to 8x that's this size. So I think it's a winner. But again, I think going in with managed expectations of what you're getting into is key here. If you go in thinking you're getting a long distance scope, you might be disappointed. The eye box, the field of view is big enough for, so I'm shooting this on a 6.5. I've shot it on a 5.56 and a 6.5 Grendel, and at any distance I was shooting at, recoil never took the target out of my field of view. Even with it cranked up all the way to 8x, I was shooting plates at 100, I was shooting multiple different distances all the way out to 450 yards, and recoil never took the target out of the field of view. So the field of view is wide enough for the recoil on this or my 5.56 carbines. I have not shot at anything bigger, but field of view works for this. How fast is it? Like a red dot. This is a killer close range scope in my opinion. Like I said, about zero magnification. It feels like it feels very much like a red dot with a 30 millimeter tube. The dot's super bright. I wish I could show you, but getting cameras pointed down scopes like this is a real pain. It never comes out good. The pictures look like crap anyway, so sorry. It's super bright, just believe me. Maybe I can get you looking through it. I'll put it on 8. I don't know, this is messy. Oh, there we go, hey. You got a super bright light pointed behind this thing. There we go. Looks like magnification through here, but when you're looking with your eyes, it doesn't look like magnification to me. Oops. So, yeah. And that was just on 8. There is 10 settings. So this thing's super bright in the daylight for a red dot. So I dig it. I'm gonna keep the scope because that's exactly what I wanted, was a small light package for the smaller receiver AR platform, right? On an AR-10, I might go for something bigger because it's a bigger gun anyway. But on these smaller carbines, I don't want a huge piece of glass on there. I don't bench gun very much, and I don't need a big heavy scope for that. I like something more agile that can play the CQB role, because that's more what I'm into. So, yeah, I guess that's about it. It's my thoughts on it. I think it's a fantastic scope. I highly recommend it. Thumbs up. It's when you have to shoot out far and turn this up to 8x. It works well. The glass is nice. Plus, when you're shooting that far away, okay, so I complained about the dot, the size of the dot. When you're shooting that far away, that the dot's going to cover your target, whatever you're shooting at, you're probably going to be doing a holdover anyway. So I found that I was always below the dot anyway, if the dot was big enough to cover my target. Unless you're shooting at like a 3-inch plate at like 300 yards, then you might not have to worry about it. I didn't have to worry about the size of the dot covering my target. I've been shooting at like 12 by 12 plates, and that's about the smallest thing I shoot at, and I've not had any issues. I can ring the plate time after time at 450 yards with this scope, no problem. So no problems there. One thing about the top turret is it doesn't lock where it is. It just turns. There's a zero stop, which is sweet, but it doesn't lock. There's no like pinch to turn. I kind of wish that didn't happen. I wish it was almost a cap turret instead of an adjustable turret, because I just do holdovers. I really don't mess with dialing too much, because my role for these guns are basically if there's four-legged vermin running across the field, I know the field. I know how far the shots are based on where the vermin's at, and I know my holdovers, and I just hold over and squeeze. I don't do a whole lot of dialing. So this is a nuisance to me that it can turn. I know they sell for certain niches. They sell a cap turret for the elevation, and I had the option to get it, but I said, nah, you know what? I'll just get this one because I didn't know it was going to be free spinning. I wish I would have known that. I wouldn't have got it. But I don't take this into combat anyway, so I think it's not a huge deal. Yep, maybe my only con right there. Wish that locked. I wish there was some sort of mechanism you squeezed or pressed or pulled up on it. It just turns, just freely spins. So whatever is what it is. Other than that, love it. The cattail works really well. It's fast to adjust the scope. Yeah, sweet ride. Again, it's a keeper. I really like it. So guess that's it. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you think. And again, please subscribe. Do the gun channels a favor and support. Positive comments. YouTube could silence us at any moment. So, yep. Thanks. Have a nice day.